Hey everyone, this is Matt with Dyna Products. What we're going to talk about in this video is how big is the firewood market. So let's jump right into it. I've done a lot of the homework, a lot of very, very boring, tedious data crunching, highly caffeinated work, but let's jump right into it. So countrywide, there are 1.8 million houses that burn firewood as their primary source of heat. There is an additional 9 million households that use firewood as a secondary source of heat. Overall, this equates to about $925 million each year being spent on firewood by households. So if we look at the market from a percentage base, we've got data from the U.S. Census Bureau that shows that between 1% and 4% of U.S. households have burned wood over the last 60 years. Currently, it's about 1.7, 1.8%. And that's just as other technologies have taken place and some other energy costs have become more efficient. People have switched. But this number is also deceiving as the population of the country increases, if the same number of people burn wood, and no one moves from that to another source, the percentage will continue to decrease as the population increases. So let's break that information down and go by the states themselves. Just saying 1.7% of the country burns wood, but everybody wants to know, where are they burning wood? So there's a few areas that we make a lot of sense. So the Northeast, we look at Vermont. Vermont has over 12% of all of its households burn wood as their source of heat. Montana and Maine, over 6%. Then you get into New Mexico, Oregon, Idaho, New Hampshire, West Virginia. They all burn over 5% of all of their households. And every area on this map shows a fairly substantial market for firewood, just because they're over 1%. If we then switch gears and stop looking at percentage of households and look at just how many households total are we talking about, the map changes a little bit as where the concentrations are. So, for instance, Vermont had 12% of its population burning wood, but when we look at the total number of households it's about 30,000 households, which is still a very significant market. But if we look at a state like California, California has 170,000 households that burn wood. Even Washington and Oregon are both very strong markets. Them combined equals the number of households in California. So you'll also see New York, Pennsylvania, Michigan. These are hot spots for burning firewood as far as the households are concerned. If we then look at it as how has the trends progressed. So over the last 21 years, since its 23 years really, since 2000, the Midwest and the Northeast have been the biggest increases in households using firewood. So we've seen an increase of over 30,000 households in 20 years in Michigan and Pennsylvania. So if we look at this, we see the South has somewhat of a decrease. California has lost over that same period 30,000 households from burning wood, and yet is still the largest market in the U.S. as far as the state is concerned. So hopefully this has been helpful to help you understand where the firewood market is, which states have the heaviest opportunities. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us here at Dyna Products. Happy to help, and God bless.